Hey guys, so with this lesson, we're going to be discussing three-part sentences. So these are sentences where we are making sure that we are including subjects and also verbs or actions. So those words don't make much sense right now, they will in the future. This is the first part. So this is where we begin to know and we begin to practice writing our own sentences. So in this case, what's difficult about sentences is that we can't really spell anything just yet. You probably have some words that you can spell, but if you really wanted to write an entire story about Batman, you probably couldn't spell all of those words. So we're building up our personal dictionaries and we're building up our knowledge on how to form sentences. That way, each time we do sentences and we're doing things on our own, we're building our knowledge and it gets a little bit easier each time. So remember, in the beginning, everything is a little bit more tricky, but as we move forward, things get easier. Okay? All right. Oh, my cats are in a little bit of a battle right now. So we're going to start here. In these three-part sentences, we're going to start with who or what. We're going to add an action. And then the third part is what, who, when, or where that action happens by that original subject. So here's the subject. So what I've done is I've made the subject red. So you'll notice that I have three different red options here. So I'm going to take this one, and this one says the guinea pig. So that's the first part. So sentences can be about real objects like a guinea pig. It could also be about pretend objects. So I have the guinea pig. Now I need an action. Well, he doesn't read. Guinea pigs don't bark, but he will run. So I'll put that there. The guinea pig runs. Where would he run? Let's say he runs to the park. This is a very adventurous guinea pig. Or maybe there's just a little park inside of his cage. So you'll notice that we have our subject, we have the action, and then we have where he goes. You'll also notice that we have a capital in the beginning and a period at the end. Okay, let's do another one. Let's start with someone that you may know. This is someone's brother. This is CJ. CJ, well, he doesn't bark, but he does read. CJ reads. What does he read? When he saw his first grader, or he reads a story? Probably that one. Let's move it into our chart. All right, and now the last one. We're going to start here. Our topic is a puppy. And our puppy, the action is barked, which means it happened in the past. He barked. And he barked when he saw a first grader. Maybe because he was so happy to see you that he barked when he did that. Okay, so now what we're going to do is I'm going to show you this chart. This chart is full of ideas. It has the first part of your sentence where we have the subject, we have people, we have things, and we have places. Those are all nouns. Over here, we have examples of different verbs. These are actions, like to run or to jump, to write, to hang. And then lastly, we have where those things are happening, or when, or why, or any of those examples, the purple part of the sentence. You'll also notice that these purple parts each have a period. That means that when you're writing, you need to make sure that you include a period at the end, and you'll notice that each of these red examples have capital letters. That's because they are the beginning of the sentence. Okay, so I'm going to move away from this screen because I can't show both at the same time, but when you're writing yours, you might want to use that and have it in front of you. Okay, now I'm going to put this away. And here we go. So here is the paper that we're working on right now. So if you need to take a moment to, find it and put it in front of you, you will also need a red crayon, a green crayon, and a purple crayon, and a pencil. Okay, so pause me now so that you can start doing that. Start by writing your name at the top with your number. Okay, so if you recall, we gave each of these three sections a certain color. So the first one, our subject, is red. So I'd like you to take your red and trace the outside of this first part very carefully. I actually went all the way down. I know it's kind of hard to see. I went all the way down my page. You should do the same thing. Okay, and then the second one, the action, the verb was green. So I'm going to take my green. I'm going to go all the way down, trace that in. And then my last one was purple. Same thing, all the way down. Now I have color coordinated. So this means that when I'm using this page, because I can have it on my iPad or my phone or my computer, whatever I'm using to do my work, I can see the colors that I need to be using. Now you probably need to make sure to try to read each of these sentence parts, that way you know what you're writing. So you may have a question for me, and this is a question that I get even in the classroom. Do I have to use those examples? The answer is no, you do not. But you should make sure that you're thinking along the same lines. I need to be thinking about who or what I'm going to begin with, or where. I need to have a middle action, and I need to have what, who, where, or when. So I'm going to go back to my other page. Let's say my first one, I'm going to choose my backpack as my red beginning. So I go to my page, and I'm going to start with a capital M and write my backpack. Now I know that the spaces aren't very big, so you can also just write on top and then use it as 2 lines. You'll notice that I kind of went over my red line. That would be fine. So I have my backpack. Let's find out what happened to my backpack. My backpack hangs. That's an action that a backpack can do. My backpack hangs. So now I have to think about it. Where is my backpack going to hang? Hangs from the monkey bars? Well, it could. Hangs on top of the box? No. Hangs made with bologna and mayo? No. How about hangs from my hook? Just like in kindergarten. It hangs from my hook. And you'll notice that I have my capital and I have my period. So what you are going to do now is you have 3 more spaces here on your paper. I'd like you to go to that page where I gave you ideas, or you can use your own, but if you're doing this on your own and you're struggling, you might want to use my ideas. That's why I gave that to you, so that you could use that instead of having to make sure someone was with you. I want you to fill in, find an appropriate beginning, something that you're interested in, an action that that object or that person or that thing can do, and then lastly, describe where, when, who, or what is happening to that object. So we have my backpack hangs from my hook. A complete sentence. Now, in kindergarten, you may have written something like, my backpack hangs. And that is a sentence. You could say, I hit the ball. That is definitely a sentence, but that's kinder, guys. You're first graders now. We're adding this second part to each of our sentences. That's what I want to see in almost every sentence that we write. We want to expand what we've learned. I know you can do the kindergarten. Now I want to see a little bit more from you, okay? All right. Can't wait to get a few pictures of this if you wish to send it to me to show me. And I hope you've had a good day so far. Talk to you soon.